that she took pride in being the first woman to convert to Islam after Khadijah radiallahu ta'ala anha. She even says that she embraced Islam on the same day as Khadijah radiallahu ta'ala anha. Now realize again, she's an aunt of the Prophet ﷺ through marriage, right? She's married to Al-Abbas, and Al-Abbas radiallahu anhu was close to the Prophet ﷺ and also not too much older than the Prophet ﷺ. So had a relationship with the Prophet ﷺ that was both one of an uncle and a nephew, and also one that was brotherly. But as soon as she heard of Islam, as soon as she heard through the family who was first notified that the Prophet ﷺ had gone through this experience, she knew the Prophet ﷺ's character. She loved the Prophet ﷺ, she admired the Prophet ﷺ. She immediately went to the Messenger ﷺ and embraced Islam. And you know, it's as it's said in Siyar A'lam an-Nubala, Imam al-Dhahabi rahimahullah collects that it was said that no one accepted Islam from the women before her except Khadijah radiallahu ta'ala anha. And Ibn Hajar rahimahullah, he says that the only one that could have possibly accepted Islam before her might have been Fatima bint Al-Khattab, the sister of Umar. May Allah be pleased with them all. So she immediately goes to the house of the Prophet ﷺ to embrace Islam, and she will support the Prophet ﷺ in his mission from the very start. She also had a very close relationship to Khadijah radiallahu ta'ala anha. So she would speak of Khadijah radiallahu anha extremely highly, and because of her relationship to Khadijah and then her relationship to the Prophet ﷺ through her husband Al-Abbas, she was one of those who used to go and sit with the Prophet ﷺ both in Dar al-Arqam as well as in his own house, right? So imagine in that home where the family of the Prophet ﷺ, some of them are embracing Islam, you know, whether it's the children or the women or some of the men are embracing Islam, and the community is growing around the Prophet ﷺ. Lubaba was one of those who was distinguished to go and learn Islam from the Prophet ﷺ, from his house, as well as in Dar al-Arqam. And that is not something that many people had the ability to do, especially in Mecca. But being amongst Banu Hashim and being having that closeness to the Prophet ﷺ, she took advantage of that. And she is the first of al-akhawat al-mu'minat, the faithful sisters that the Prophet ﷺ used to refer to.